Oh, Pyro, you going to bed, nigga.
I'm looking right, baby. She wanna lick, I'm only out here for the night, baby. I'm Puerto Rico, Casamigos with the Sprite, baby. She wanna fuck with the scammers, talk to me nice, baby. She hit the bottle and the oldest wobble wobble. This thought he's fucking for a fight, the cobble wobble. African twin, he spin, hit the throttle. She wanna fuck with the gangsters, talk to me nice, baby. Finish the bottle when I hope then she a model. She in the mirror like it's Showtime, the Apollo. Catch up the phone, now I pull up in the Tahoe. Thought it's boring, I ain't calling unless she swallow. She don't listen, I ain't tripping, she don't follow. Got another wetty swerving on her potholes. Got another thought, he thinks she hit the lotto. She pop a perky, then she chase it with Moscato. This bitch is bad, she fucking all the drug dealers. I took his bitch and then I took his plug, nigga. Have her back, I'm getting to the bag, nigga. Bust in your house, I'm running through your stash, nigga. On the grand flash, I know that cash, nigga. Part in my back, I'm counting all these stacks, nigga. Gucci duffel Louis on my ass, nigga. Hennessy and TNT, we blast, nigga. Ferragamo on my chest, I'm looking right, baby. She wanna link, I'm only out here for the night, baby. I'm Puerto Rico,
I am in the building.
She wanna fuck with the scammers.
Talk to me nice.
She hit the bottle and the oldest wobble wobble. This thought he fucking for a
I have a question tonight.
African twin, he spin, hit the
Is 1,000 bottles of baby oil enough?
This whole insect, she fucking on the damn crew.
I need to know.
Coming out of sock, she lost her damn shoe.
Let me know.
Brennan poppin', she ain't got no damn clue.
Let's go.
Roll up O's and weed and smoking.
We got a lot to get to. Diddy, man.
When the Tahoe smell the fucking jaw. She
We got to go through the charges.
like some movie stars.
Gotta look at what the district attorney said.
Coming through the door with no panties on. Poppin' Molly's and you know she took his Zanny.
It's a lot to get to.
Talking about a Mazda is a family car. I hit her with a curve, then the coup de grace. Zillow games, I'm shaking up the dice, baby. She wanna stay with me so we can make the night, baby. She wanna be with me so I can lay the pipe, baby. I'm only out here for the night, baby. I'm only out here for the night, baby. Ferragamo on my chest, I'm looking right, baby. She wanna link, I'm only out here for the night, baby. I'm Puerto Rico, Casamigos with the Sprite, baby. She wanna fuck with the scammers, talk to me nice, baby. She hit the bottle and the oldest wobble wobble. This thought he's fucking for a fight, the cobble wobble. African twin, he spin, hit the throttle. She wanna fuck with the gangsters, talk to me nice, baby.
Welcome to the check-in report. I am your humble yet gracious host, True and Livin. I am in the building. I'm not your homie. I'm the one and only Macaroni. Welcome to the show, y'all. Oh, man. Today's top story, Diddy. Diddy's the top story tonight. If you've been underneath a rock, Diddy was arrested late yesterday around 6 p.m. He was arrested by the federal authorities. The district attorney has unsealed the indictment. He's being charged with racketeering. He's being charged with sexual crimes. He's being charged with kidnapping. He's being charged with a bevy of things. We're gonna go through the actual indictment that he did receive. We're gonna go through it tonight. 14-page indictment. We're gonna take a look at that tonight. We're also gonna take a look at what the district attorney had to say. He had some words, and he had, he wanted to bring down this indictment. We're gonna take a look at what he said. A lot of alarming things that were in that indictment. The 1,000 bottles of baby oil. Salute to Rick Slick. I see Rick Slick is in the building. 1,000 bottles of baby oil, ladies and gentlemen. That's a lot of baby oil. That's a lot. Oh my God! That's a lot of baby oil. My question is it enough? Is it enough? Is 1,000 bottles of baby oil enough? When did they decide to say, that was the quota? That 1,000 was the quota when it came to the baby oil? No, somebody in the Bad Boy staff really brought maybe like 100 boxes, not individual baby oils, but boxes of it. And they said, they counted it up and they said, you know what? 100 bottles of baby oil is not enough. We need more baby oil. A lot of alarming things that were brought out. We're gonna get into it. Oh man, Diddy. And I want to know from you guys' for you guys' thoughts. How much time do you see Diddy getting? Do you see Diddy sitting down for the whole kit and caboodle? Maybe you see 30, 40 years. How, like what do you think that Diddy is going to be doing? Do you think he's going to be sitting down for a long time? They're throwing around a lot of numbers. I'm hearing life in jail. I'm hearing 30. I'm hearing the minimum charge is 15. I'm hearing a lot of numbers. Anybody want to tell me what you think possibly Diddy may be getting? Hip hop icon, hip hop mogul. It's kind of sad to see Diddy go out like this. I'm gonna be honest with you. I know a lot of people love kicking in his back. A lot of people have no reserves about that, but it's kind of sad to see how he's going out. A hip hop mogul, a hip hop superstar, hip hop legend. The way Diddy's going out is crazy, man. It's absolutely crazy. But let's get into the district attorney and the press conference he had where he brought out the indictment. He talked about the indictment. Let's get right into that, because there was a lot of things that he brought out in that indictment that was very alarming, very scary. And I have to ask the question, how long do you think that this has been going on? How long do you think Diddy has been doing this? People have been throwing around a lot of numbers. Some people say he's been doing it, since the 90s. Some people say he's been doing it, I don't know. To put a number on it, I don't know how long Diddy has been doing this. It's just the fact that he's at the age he is now and continually doing this type of behavior. That's the alarming part. But let's play the district attorney and what he had to say in terms of unsealing the indictment on Diddy. Let's get into it, y'all.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Damian Williams, and I'm the U.S. Attorney here in the Southern District of New York.
And I need y'all to hit that like button. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. We're going to hear from the district attorney where he's going to talk about the indictment. Let's get into it.
Today I'm announcing the unsealing of a 3-count indictment, charging Sean Combs with racketeering conspiracy, sex trafficking, interstate transportation for prostitution. The indictment alleges that between at least 2008 and the present, Combs abused, threatened, and coerced victims to fulfill his sexual desires, protect his reputation, and conceal his conduct.
So pretty much, they're looking at it as he's been doing this for a very long time. They have pretty much, I'm saying that they have information from going back, spanning, a long time now. They're going back to the 90s. And they're charging him with all of these things. This is a real deal. Salute to Mark Motley. I see Mark Motley in the building. Salute to Mark Motley. Salute to Mark Motley. Let's get back into the district attorney.
As alleged in the indictment, to carry out this conduct, Sean Combs led and participated in a racketeering conspiracy that used the business empire he controlled to carry out criminal activity.
Now, that's the thing, because, everybody's asking, will there be more people being brought into this indictment? I suspect that we're going to see more people be a part of this indictment. I think that there's going to be more people that the feds are going to bring in. How the feds operate. They want people to cooperate. They want people that possibly are on those tapes, possibly that are possibly that are also culpable and responsible for a lot of things, and that were enablers, that's going to be the word today, enablers. They're going to look for some of those individuals that were around Diddy and being enablers to his, his criminality. And they're going to look to those people to be, snitches, people to cooperate, people to tell on Diddy. So, we've heard some of the names of the bad boy employees. Harv. There's a guy named Harvey Pierre, I believe is his name. There's people that are CEOs and Bad Boy, people that have been around him for years, people that have been working for him for years. They may be brought in because only God knows who's on those tapes. Only God knows. Only God knows what politicians, what rappers, what CEOs, and they're going to be reaching out to some people. In terms of let's just keep it on the people that are around Diddy. They're going to be reaching out to some people, and they're going to say, "Well, we got you on these tapes, and you were an enabler. You were an enabler to Diddy. This is what Diddy was doing, and you were an enabler." They're going to reach out to some of those heads and see if they want to cooperate. So maybe those people could get lesser time. Maybe those people won't be charged as severely as Diddy. But they're looking at Diddy as the head honcho. They're looking at Diddy as the godfather, if you will. Let's continue.
Including sex trafficking, forced labor, kidnapping, arson, bribery, and the obstruction of justice.
Now, I'm going to be honest with you. The sex trafficking, that's going to be the charge that's going to carry the most weight. The sex trafficking charge, that's going to be the one that might be, really hard on him. I'm going to be honest with you guys. The sex trafficking charge, I got to be honest with you. That's where they're going to get him. They're going to get him with that one. They're going to get him with that one. Salute to E. Cole. He says, "Let this be a lesson. The more you build your wealth, you need to be reserved." Yeah, man, that's a fact, man. And I'm going to be honest with you. I think that's what happened with Diddy. I think that Diddy didn't know when to stop partying, bro. Like, Diddy, you're 50 plus years old, bro. You supposed to be with your kids, married, on an island or on vacation, enjoying your family. He didn't know when to come out of that era of being the playboy, being the womanizer, being the life of the party. He didn't know when to put it down. He's 50 plus years old, still getting dressed for the club, tricking off on all the the young girls in the club, throwing money here, throwing money there, still being a deviant, a sexual deviant. He didn't know when to put it down. He didn't know when to, let me chill, let me go get married. I mean, there was nothing stopping Diddy from finding a young woman, getting married, having kids, and settling down, being on an island somewhere and just settling down and chilling. But he decided to be this deviant. He decided to be this criminal. He didn't know when to put it down, when to give it a break, give it a rest. And and the sad part about it is Diddy has worked his whole life to get to where he is today. You got to think, we don't have a lot of black billionaires. For Diddy to have his own music, his own channel, record label, liquor, all of the investments, all of the time, all of the wealth built, just to end here and to be thrown in a cell in MDC, Brooklyn. That's where he's spending his time right now, MDC, Brooklyn. It's sad to see. It's sad to see. But let's get back into the district attorney. Let's get back into him.
Let me say a little bit more about the charges. The indictment alleges that Combs abused and exploited women and other people for years.
Wow.
And in a variety of ways. As alleged, Combs used force, threats of force, and coercion to cause victims to engage in extended sexual performances with male commercial sex workers.
Now my thing is this. What is with Diddy's fetishism with male prostitutes, male sex workers? What is Diddy's fascination with that? A lot of people have speculated that Diddy is a bisexual man living he's a closeted bisexual man living a closeted life. What is going on with Diddy? where he's hiring, most people, if they're going to buy some, they're going to buy some type of sex work, and they're claiming to be heterosexual. Normally it's a woman. Why is Diddy purchasing penis? And let's be clear, we haven't heard a story where Diddy was getting his cheeks pounded out. He was letting a hot dog bounce on his chin. We haven't heard those stories, but what we have heard is he likes to watch. They call it voyeurism, right? He likes to watch. He likes to be in a corner, touch himself, and watch his girlfriend get 13 inches placed inside of her. Why is Diddy purchasing penis? I want to know that.
Fire! 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 Fire!
I'm saying I'm just like I mean, I believe that Diddy is a closeted bisexual man. I think that he has going throughout this industry, and we've all heard the stories about Diddy. You can't be drunk around Diddy. You can't be too high around Diddy. Diddy's a little zesty. Diddy's this, Diddy that. We heard all the stories about Diddy. But I truly believe that he is a closeted bisexual man that has never been able to fully embrace who he is, fully embrace what he is attracted to. So, him living in this hip hop world, where, hip hop, is still kind of, frowned about, even though we have like Lil Nas X and other rappers that kind of play with the idea of being gay, relatively in hip hop, it's still kind of frowned upon. Right. And you got to think, Diddy, he became a celebrity in the 90s. Now, if there was any era in hip hop that, homosexuality was frowned upon, it was the 90s. So, maybe he's been living this closeted lifestyle. He's had to go through loops and bounds. And, he's had to live this closeted lifestyle and overcompensate with the beautiful girl on his arm. But in reality, he wants to watch other men, have their way with her. Now, I want you guys to look this up. I'm not going to look it up right now, but I want you guys to look this up. It's called voyeurism, where people like to watch two people have relations with each other while they're in front of them, playing with themselves. Diddy may be possibly bisexual, living a closeted lifestyle, I'm just saying, I'm just throwing that out there. This is what I believe. Right, but let's get back into it.
Some of whom he transported or caused to be transported.
And we got about 50 plus people in the building. I need y'all to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button right now. I need y'all to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button right now. Exactly. Eco says tap the thumb on the top of the like button. Exactly. Hit that like button, y'all. Hit that like button. Get back into the district attorney.
Over state lines. Combs allegedly planned and controlled the sex performances, which he called freak-offs.
See, he was quarterbacking these freak-offs. One person's in a corner getting their ass ate. Another dude is in a corner getting his toes, getting his ankles behind his neck, rather. Got another girl in this corner. She's getting baby oiled up, somebody's getting ready to slide in that thing. And P. Diddy was quarterbacking. He was like the Kurt Warner or the Brett Favre of the freak-offs.
Fire! Fire! Fire!
He over there running routes, calling.
And he often electronically recorded them.
Calling audibles. Now, that's another thing that's going to get him messed up, right? He recorded the freak-offs. You just heard the district attorney. He just said he recorded them. He was recording these freak-offs. Now, the fact that he was recording these freak offs, this is what's gonna hurt him, because all of this has been corroborated by what? Video. This is not hearsay. This is not what one victim says, you know, your word over my word. This is all recorded. All they got to do is put a victim in a room. They point them out on the video. That's you. Can you corroborate the story that you were forced to do this, A, Y, and Z? Can you corroborate that Diddy gave you drugs? Can you corroborate that Diddy did things to these people unwilling, you know, and he did not have consent to do this? That's all they got to do now with this video evidence. The video evidence is going to hurt Diddy the most. Because if they find a victim that is in those videos and the feds point them out, is that you? Can you corroborate that that's you? Okay, tell us what happened. Did Diddy drug you? Did Diddy give you drugs? Did Diddy you know, have consent when he did this to you? Were you consensually having, you know, relations, or was it, you know, more so him taking something by force? Under coercion. And then we're also going to get into Diddy, you know, intimidating people. He also intimidated a few people. He reached out to a few women that participated in the freak offs, you know. And I believe that's why they haven't, you know, allowed Diddy to, you know, pretty much get free, is because, you know, he's a risk right now. He's a risk. You can't allow someone who has been reaching out to victims, reaching out to people that participated in freak offs, intimidating them.
Oh, Pyro, you going to bed, nigga.
You know, by way of intimidation or maybe by bribery. It would be a challenge, and it would be idiotic of the you know, of the district attorney and the prosecutors to allow Diddy to go back, you know, to go back into the free world, even if they, you know, gave him supervised, you know, supervision. If they took away his phones, if they had him on house arrest, it still poses a threat because of the wealth, because of all of the people that is hired under his watch. You know, it's not like Diddy has to do these things personally. He could hire someone to reach out to a victim. He could hire someone to reach out to someone that has been victimized, or someone that feels like they want to come forward on Diddy. So it poses a true threat. And I believe that they're going to keep Diddy in jail. It's sad, but I think they're going to keep him in jail. He's going to have to fight this case in jail. Because they're going to say he has too much money, he has too much influence. Even if we put him on house arrest, even if we gave him supervised supervision, even if we put an ankle monitor on him, even if we take away all of his electronics and his cell phones and his laptops, he still poses a threat because of the money, the influence, all of the handlers, all of the people that's hired, all of the people that are loyal to him. So I don't believe that I don't believe that they're going to allow Diddy to fight this trial in the free world. They're going to keep him in jail. He's going to have to fight this case behind the prison walls. You know, let's get back into it.
Offs sometimes lasted days at a time, involved multiple commercial sex workers, and often involved a variety of narcotics, such as ketamine, ecstasy, and GHB.
Now, I want to know this. Did you guys see the report where they said that they found pink cocaine, ecstasy, and if you don't know what pink cocaine is, it's essentially ecstasy and cocaine mixed together. They found that in Diddy's hotel room when the feds came to pick him up. You know, and I'm starting to believe, does Diddy have a drug problem? You know, every time we see Diddy, you know, he looks like he's well groomed. He doesn't look like he's tweaking. He doesn't look like he's going through the shakes. Maybe he's just an addict that really has his stuff together. or maybe he just wanted to go on a bender because he knew he was going to jail the next day. But you know, the judge, I mean, you know, the justice system and the prosecution are going to go after him for all the pink cocaine on the yachts, on the plane. And remember the white boy. Don't forget about the white boy that got locked up at the airport. Remember, they locked up a white boy. There was a white boy running around with Diddy. He was essentially Diddy's drug mule. He will be cooperating, mark my words, he will be cooperating against Diddy. He will be cooperating. He will be corroborating the stories. We got 100 people in the building. I need y'all to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. We're going to go through this, and then we're going to go through the 14-page indictment. Now, a lot of people have been speculating, because I heard something about children. Now, I've skimmed through the indictment. I didn't see anything about children, but I'm gonna skim through it one more time on live on air just to make sure, because you know I kept hearing that, but I don't see anything in the indictment. You know, where they're mentioning children, which, you know, children was a part of the trafficking and things of that nature. Now, if it is, that's going to be really bad for Diddy. It's going to be extremely bad for Diddy. I skimmed through it the first time. I didn't see anything, so I may be wrong. But they still have that trafficking charge on him. They still have the trafficking. They said that he's trafficking women in and out, and he's holding people under their will. He's kidnapping people. There's a lot of things that they're tacking on. But let's get back into what the district attorney was talking about. And of course, we have to get to the lube. We have to get to the lube. We have to get to the lube. Let's get back into it.
Which Combs distributed to the victim to keep them obedient and compliant. As alleged, when Combs didn't get his way, he was violent, and he subjected victims to physical, emotional, and verbal abuse so that they would participate in the freak-offs.
Now, we've seen that firsthand. We've all seen the video of Cassie, you know, getting beat within an inch of her life by Diddy. Now, and I also want to say shame on Diddy's lawyer for trying to articulate why. Now, listen, I understand that's the job of a lawyer to defend his client. I understand. But Diddy's lawyer is now, you know, running with this story that, you know, they were in a toxic relationship and it was mutual. And, you know, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know the name of Diddy's lawyer. People aren't buying it. The optics of a man hitting a woman, nobody's gonna vibe with that. Whether you're in a toxic relationship or not. And guess what? That may be true. It may be true that Cassie was punching Diddy in the face, slapping him across his big lips. You know? Pouring baby oil all over the Sean John velour suits. That may be true. But the optics, ladies and gentlemen, of a man hitting a woman, beating on her, and all of the optics, you know, in the video, she's not swinging back on him. She's balled up, you know, balled up in a corner in the fetal position. She's not fighting back. So the optics of him hitting her, you know, nobody's going to buy that. A courtroom jury is not going to buy that. Public perception is not going to buy that. Diddy's lawyer, nobody's trying to hear that Diddy was in a toxic relationship and they were getting equal beats on each other. Nobody's trying to hear that. Fire! 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 Nobody's going to buy that. You know? We all know that Diddy has no problem putting his hands on people. We've heard the stories. Him busting in Steve Stout's office, you know, after the Hate Me Now video appeared, where him if you don't know the story, you know, the Hate Me Now, let me just go through it real quick. Nas, Diddy, Hate Me Now video. there was a scene in the Hate Me Now video. You know the scene where Nas is on a cross? There was a deleted scene where it was Nas on the cross and it was also Diddy on the cross. And Diddy told Nas's management at the time, which was Steve Stout, to take that scene out because he had to talk with his pastor, and his pastor said he didn't like the fact that he was on the cross. So he barged into Steve Stout's office when the video premiered with him on the cross, and he beat Steve Stout within an inch of his life. Hit him over the head with champagne bottles. And then you hear the stories about him, fighting J. Cole, slapping Drake, allegedly having something to do with the Tupac untimely demise and murder. There's story after story of Diddy putting hands on people, forcing people. And of course, we're going to get to the Kid Cudi alleged arson on his vehicle. So there's enough credible evidence. I'm just letting you guys see where I'm going with this. There's enough credible evidence to suggest that Diddy uses force. Uses his, he uses force and he uses intimidation to make people do things. There's enough evidence to suggest that with the Cassie video and the history of him in the industry. Let's continue though.
And that Combs hit, kicked, threw objects at, and dragged victims, at times by their hair.
Sinclair's in the building. What's up, Sinclair?
Occasion in March of 2016, that conduct was captured on video and later reported in the media. Specifically, Combs kicked, dragged, and threw a vase at a victim in a Los Angeles hotel when the victim was attempting to flee. As alleged,
we all
these
saw
assaults
that.
often resulted in injuries to the victims, which took days or weeks to heal.
Now, I believe that Cassie is one of the victims that is cooperating with the federal authorities because they're directly mentioning her stories. They're directly mentioning what happened to her in the apartment. I mean, not at the hotel where Diddy was beating on her. I believe that she is one of the people that are cooperating with the feds. It's kind of obvious because the stories mirror each other. So I believe that Cassie is one of the women, and they said that they have over 50 victims, or over 50 people that have come forward on Diddy right now. I believe she's victim one. She's one of the people that is cooperating because her story, the story that they're mentioning, and they're naming her as victim one, but they mirror Cassie's story. Let's continue.
In addition to the violence, the indictment alleges that Combs threatened and coerced victims to get them to participate in the freak-offs. He used the embarrassing and sensitive recordings he made of the freak-offs as collateral against the victims.
So now we're dealing with blackmailing. Because essentially what the district attorney is saying is these people would participate in freak-offs. They would, the baby oil, the lube, somebody got 13 inches of steel, put in their backside. And Diddy would use that footage to blackmail, to ridicule, to make fun of people that participated in the freak-offs. So just imagine you're in the freak-off, you got baby oil from your rooter to your tutor. Diddy gave you about 3 perk 30s. You passed out, your anus is aching. Your mouth is dry. You're sticky all over. Everybody's gone. And then, you go to Diddy's house maybe a couple weeks later. And he's playing the freak-offs on the big screen. He got it on the big screen. Like it's Super Bowl Sunday. If you getting your cheeks smashed out, baby oiled up. He was using the footage to ridicule, make fun of people who participated in it. So if you were a part of the staff, if you were, a part, if you was one of his, one of his girls, one of his, one of his male escorts that he hired, he would record you and blackmail you. He would ridicule you in front of everybody. Let's continue.
And the indictment alleges that he maintained control over the victims in several ways.
We got 200 people in the building. I need y'all to hit that like button and hit that subscribe button. We're riding high right now. We're riding high. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. And I need to know, how much of baby oil is too much? Where do you stop buying the baby oil? Do you stop buying it at 1 bottle, 2 bottles, 3 bottles? How about 999 bottles? When do you stop buying the baby oil? How much of it is enough? 99 bottles of lube on the wall, 99 bottles of lube. You take one down, you pass it around, 99 bottles of lube on the wall. How much lube is enough? I need to know. And again, if you want to be a part of this dialogue, if you want to be a part of the discussion, please put it in the super chat. We put respect on all super chatters. We put respect on all donors. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. Let's get back to the district attorney.
Including by giving them drugs, by giving and threatening to take away financial support or housing.
Now that's another thing where Diddy is going to have to deal with. Now, remember, Harvey Weinstein. And any of y'all remember that video with Harvey Weinstein where he's in a hotel room and he's telling the girl, oh, well, I'm not going to give you any work. I'm not going to give you any work if you don't sleep with me. I'm not going to get you any work if you don't come into this hotel with me. Now, that's essentially what I'm hearing. I'm hearing that, some of these women or some of these men that participated in these freak-offs, that participated in these, these activities with the baby oil and the freak-offs, that Diddy was dangling a job in front of them. Diddy was dangling an opportunity in front of them. You got to think about it. Here you have a powerful man in the industry. We're talking about a man who owns a TV channel, a man that owns a record label, a man that has connections to all of the global artists in the world, that could connect you to a global artist and get your song popping, get your music popping, get your music career popping, get your film career started. And here he is dangling this opportunity in front of you. Sounds familiar. It sounds something like Harvey Weinstein. I remember that video where he's telling this young woman to come into this hotel room with me. If you don't come into this hotel room with me, then I can't get you this work. I can't get you this job. I can't get you this opportunity. So now you're having Diddy put in this predicament where he's dangling work in front of people and telling them to participate in these acts. And if you don't participate, I'm not going to rock with you. I'm not going to get you this opportunity. Let's continue.
By promising them career opportunities, by monitoring their whereabouts, and even by dictating their physical appearance. Because of all of this, the indictment alleges that the victims did not believe they could refuse Combs without risking their security or facing more abuse.
Wow.
The indictment also alleges other acts of violence undertaken by Combs and others, including violence against witnesses to his abuse, kidnapping, and arson.
Now, listen, this is a lot of criminality right here. We're talking about arson. We're talking about criminality. We're talking about kidnapping. These are serious allegations. Kidnapping, taking people, I'm hearing that the kidnapping charge was done with a firearm. The arson is Kid Cudi. Kid Cudi told this story where he was dating Cassie at the time, or he was dealing with Cassie at the time, and Diddy went into an absolute rage, and he absolutely he put a Molotov cocktail in one of Kid Cudi's cars, and it blew up. dealing with Cassie. So these are all of the things that they're looking heavy and they're looking hard at Diddy, with all these allegations and, kidnapping, arson, holding people, under their will. These are serious allegations. These are serious charges. And if they could, connect Diddy to all of these things, he's going to be cooked.
The indictment alleges that on more than one occasion, Combs carried or brandished firearms to intimidate and threaten victims and witnesses.
And the thing with the firearm, we've seen the ARs. They're going to show the ARs that he had. And all of these guns, they look illegal to me. They look illegal because all of the serial numbers have been defaced. They're scratched off. These don't look like they're legal guns. These look like illegal guns that he has, in his house. So that's also going to be looked at. These illegal guns he has in his house that has the serial defaced on them. And it shows that he has the artillery to commit these crimes. When it comes to kidnapping with a firearm and things of that nature.
Now, Combs did not do this all on his own. As I mentioned, Combs has been charged with RICO conspiracy. He used his business and employees of that business and other close associates to get his way.
Now, this is my thing. You guys have to realize this is how the feds operate. The feds operate through cooperation. They are going to bring in associates of Diddy. Make no mistake about it. You may see Harv Pierre, close associate to Diddy. He may walk in that courtroom, take that stand on Diddy just to save his own ass. You might even see a Farnsworth Bentley walk his little zesty ass in there with a umbrella. Tap dancing, shucking and jiving and high-fiving. You may see Farnsworth Bentley in there. You may see a lot of associates, close friends, especially if they have them on tapes and they're participating in the criminality. You may see it. You may see these people cooperate with the feds just to save their own ass. Because they're already letting it be known that Diddy didn't do this alone. It's already out there. So for all the people that worked with Diddy, that was assistants, worked with him closely, the feds are looking at you. Because they're already saying he didn't do this alone. He had enablers. An atmosphere of acceptance. So absolutely, they will be using people that is around his circle, people that work for him. They will be using them to, pretty much take Diddy down. I need y'all to hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button, y'all. Again, if you want to be a part of the dialogue and the discussion, please put it in a super chat. We read all super chats. We read all donations. Let's get back into it.
Those individuals allegedly included high-ranking supervisors in the business, personal assistants, security staff, and household staff.
Now listen, you got people talking. You got people like Gene Dill. He's talking. One of Diddy's personal chefs. They're talking. There's people that have worked for Diddy or worked around Diddy. They're already talking. The security guard that's seen Diddy beat on Kim Porter, he's talking. The security guard that's seen Cassie go through a domestic dispute with Diddy, he's talking. It's going to be people that work closely with Diddy, even high-ranking people that were CEOs that are going to cooperate with the feds, because I truly believe that the people like. I think it's ignorant to believe, right? Hear me out. I think it's ignorant to believe that Diddy is in those freak-offs all alone with, 30, 40 male escorts, baby oiled up from the rooter to the tutor, right? and a couple of women, maybe Cassie, maybe 3 or 4 other women. I don't believe that's how the freak offs were going down. I believe the freak offs went like a little something like this. This is what I think the freak offs look like. I think the freak offs went like this. I think the freak offs was Diddy quarterbacking. Diddy quarterbacked the freak offs. Make no mistake, he quarterbacked it. He was the first one in the room, lubed up from the rooter to the tutor. He was quarterbacking this thing. He was like the Tom Brady of the freak offs. Then with any football team, you need your captains. You need your captains. You need your tight ends. Your O-line need to be in check. You got your receivers on each side. I believe he had his whole staff in there. I think his assistants, people that work closely to him, participated and were willingly a part of these freak offs. And at some times, I would probably say that the assistants and the people that work for him were probably the ones, serving, whether it be the drugs, the alcohol, the lube, the baby oil. They were facilitating the things and partaking in what was happening. So I don't believe that, it was just, Diddy in there with 30, 40 male escorts and, maybe Cassie and maybe 2 other women. I believe that he had his staff in those freak offs. I think he had his enablers in those freak offs, some of his CEOs, maybe some of the people that work closely with him in business, assistants, that were a part of these freak offs, that were a part of, the drugs, handing them out, handing out the baby oil, handing out the, all of the things, in terms of having a freak off, the alcohol. Let's continue.
The indictment alleges that those individuals facilitated the freak offs.
Exactly. What did I just say? They facilitated the freak offs. They facilitated it.
Oh, Pyro, you going to bed, nigga.
That's exactly what I said. They're going to bring these people in
the hotel rooms and stock them with the supplies, including drugs, baby oil, personal lubricant, extra linens, and lighting. When the hotel rooms got damaged, they helped clean it up.
Now, can you imagine cleaning up a freak off? Can you imagine that? Can you imagine cleaning up jizz, vaginal discharge, fecal matter? Because I'm sure there was some ass play going on in there. Saliva, pubes. Can you imagine the cleanup job at a Diddy freak off? Can you imagine it? Can you imagine going in there with a black light? All the stains on the curtains and all the bed sheets and the linens. It was a shit show, an absolute shit show. Let's continue.
They arranged for victims and commercial sex workers to travel for the freak-offs, and they delivered large quantities of cash to Combs to pay for the commercial.
Sinclair says lighting for camera. I believe so. I believe that they had the lighting in there. They had the ring lights. They had the Canon. They had the Canon cameras in there. Had the Panasonic in one corner. DSLR. They was trying to get this footage in high res. Somebody shooting it in 4K.
Oh, Pyro, you going to bed, nigga.
They were clearly trying to get audio and video of these freak-offs, and this has been going on for a while, from what they're saying. Let's continue, though.
Commercial sex workers. The indictment also alleges that they helped Combs cover up his crimes. During the March 2016 incident at the LA hotel that I mentioned earlier, a member of the hotel security staff intervened, and Combs attempted to bribe the staff member with a stack of cash.
See, that's another thing. Diddy's gonna have to deal with the bribery. You know, these luxury hotels, they're not trying to take the bullet for Diddy. They already got caught. They already got caught that they, because the footage was wiped from their systems. The footage of Diddy beating on Cassie, it got wiped from their system. So, they're already caught by the government. The government already know that they took the bribe. Do you think that they're going to continue as a corporation, as a corporate entity? Do you think they're going to sit and bite the bullet and, keep the G code, as we say in the streets for the diddler? Hell no. They gave that footage up as soon as the feds started asking about that footage, they gave it up.
Oh, Pyro, you going to bed, nigga.
They gave up that footage. Because no corporation is willing to have the feds flip them on top of their heads just over Diddy. Just because Diddy got a few $1,000 or $30,000 or $100,000 to throw at a corporation, they got to think about their business. So he's gonna have to deal with the bribery. He's gonna have to deal with bribing people and getting caught red-handed bribing people to try to hush up, what he did in that hotel room.
To make sure that what happened was kept quiet. And as the indictment alleges, in late 2023, after public allegations were made about Combs' crimes, he and others pressured witnesses and victims.
Sinclair says the cleanup crew with luminol and a black light. I think they went in there with Lysol, bleach, ammonia, sanitizer wipes, detergent, rubbing alcohol, peroxide. They went in there with the works. They had to. They had to go in there with their works. They probably went in there with hazmat suits as well. Just to mention, do you not? Because normally we do political shows here, guy. I'm talking about Diddy today, but normally we do political shows here. Do you guys know that Donald Trump is coming to Long Island tomorrow? I may have to do a stream at the Trump rally tomorrow. I'm thinking about it. I may go to the Trump rally tomorrow in Long Island. I may have to go and live stream. Donald Trump is coming to Long Island tomorrow. I may have to go. I may have to go to the rally. I'm not a Trump supporter, but I mean it would be kind of interesting to go to a rally and see what it's all about. I'm kind of interested. But let's get back into it.
To stay silent, including by making phone calls to witnesses and victims and giving them a false narrative of what they had experienced.
That's another thing that they're gonna get in. Probably nail Diddy for is him trying to obstruct justice, obstruct the investigation. Here he is reaching out to victims, reaching out to people that participated in the freak-offs, and he's telling them an alternative story of what happened. He's not telling them who drugged them, who handed them the spiked drink, who put their hot dog in this hole, which baby oil, how did baby oil get on my ass cheeks. He's telling people an alternative story of what happened, trying to obstruct the investigation. They're going to nail him on that. And there's already proof of him reaching out to victims. They said that I saw it on a report that he reached out to one of the Dirty Money members, Don Richards, and there was another black woman that was a part of that group. He reached out to them 54 times after Don Richards filed that lawsuit. He reached out to one of the Dirty Money members 54 times. There's already evidence of him there's already evidence of him reaching out to victims and trying to intimidate witnesses, obstruct justice, obstruct investigation. So they're going to get him on that.
And as alleged, Combs used others to help conceal his abuse by monitoring and preventing victims
witness
from leaving a
intimidation
location in order to hide their injuries, or by locating and contacting a victim who had attempted to flee. As part of this investigation, in March of this year, special agents from HSI executed search warrants at Combs' residences in Miami and Los Angeles. They also executed a warrant for Combs' electronic devices. During those searches, agents seized evidence of the crimes charged in this indictment. They seized firearms and ammunition, including 3 defaced AR-15s and a large capacity drum magazine.
Wow.
They also seized evidence of the freak-offs, electronic devices that contain images and videos of the freak-offs with multiple victims.
Now, that's going to hurt him. That's probably what's going to hurt him the most. That they have images and videos of this freak-off. Now, let me show you how easy it's going to be to fry him with this video evidence and these images and stuff like that. All they have to do is find one of the victims, point them out in a video, point them out in a picture, and that victim to say, I was there, this is what happened, I was victimized here. He kidnapped me, he made me do things, he forced me unwillingly, I did not give consent, I was drugged, I was violated. That's all that victim has to say, because they can corroborate that they were there. They have it on video. There's probably going to be witnesses now, because people are going to testify against Diddy. The video evidence of the freak-offs is going to be the hardest thing for Diddy to get over. Like, don't get me wrong, the firearms in his house, that's gonna hurt him. But they did find the firearms in it wasn't in New York, it was in either Cali or Miami homes. But those were illegal guns. They had the serial numbers defaced off of it. I think that he'll be able to fight that. But the freak-offs, the recorded images and the recorded videos of the freak-offs, those are gonna hurt him terribly. Because all they have to do is have a victim corroborate the story. I was there, this is what happened to me, I was victimized. You see me on the video, I'm right there, that was me. You see the look on my face. This was a traumatic experience. Any jury is going to eat that up. I don't care what Diddy's lawyers are going to say. Oh, they were a consenting adult. It's not going to matter. It's not going to matter. No jury is going to, they're going to see Diddy oiled up, from the rooter to the tutor. Quarterback in the freak off. They're not going to want to hear it. Absolutely not. Let's continue, though.
And they seized cases and cases of the kinds of personal lubricant and baby oil that Combs' staff allegedly used to stock hotel rooms for the freak-offs. More than 1,000 bottles altogether.
Fire! 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 Fire!
1,000 bottles of baby oil. I'm about to look this up. Give me 1 second. I want to look this up. Give me 1 second, because I want to see how many gallons of baby oil that is. Y'all just give me 1 second. 1 second, bro. Baby oil. What's a standard fluid ounce on a baby oil? What's the standard fluid ounces on a baby oil? Let me just look at, okay, 14, let's say 14 fluid ounces, right? Now a fluid ounce is about 1 fluid ounce is about 30 milliliters, right? I just want to look this up because 14. Give me 1 second. Just give me 1 second. I'm doing some math here. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna let this play because I want to figure out how many. I want to see. I want to figure out how many gallons of baby oil is 1,000. That's a lot of baby oil, y'all. Let's do the math on this. Hold on. 14 times 30. Okay, 14 times 30. All right. So 14 times 30 times that by 1,000. Give me a second. Yo. Let me see how many. Hold on. Because I got the number. Hold on. Give me 1 second. I just want to see how many milliliters in a gallon. Hold on. It's a lot of gallons, man. It's a lot of gallons. Oh my goodness, man. It's a lot of gallons, man. Give me one. I'm doing some math right now. Hold on, give me a second. It's a lot of gallons. It's a lot of gallons of baby oil we're talking about here. Hold on. I'm looking right now. Okay, yeah, it's 3,078 milliliters. Wow. That's 400. Hold on. 420 milliliters of baby oil. 420,000. Give me 1 second, y'all. I'm just doing something real quick. That's about 110 gallons of baby oil, bro. That's 110 gallons of baby oil. That's a lot of damn baby. 110 gallons of baby oil. I just want to do the math on that. I just want to do. I was very, I'm very. I just did it. It's 110 gallons of baby oil. I just did the math on it. Yeah, it's about 110 gallons of baby oil. Man, that's a lot of baby oil. 1,000? And they said that the freak offs, they lasted for days. Not most people, when you think of a freak off, like when I think of a freak off, I think about maybe late night, maybe like 1 to 3 in the morning. Maybe it may go longer. Maybe I would say 5 o'clock. 4 to 5 o'clock should be the cutoff time for a freak off. They're saying that these freak offs went for days. Can you imagine if you was at a freak off and you got you're oiled up from your rooter to your tutor? You just had your backside penetrated. Your mouth stretched out. This person got their legs behind their back. And throughout the course of the freak off, Diddy's handlers, they coming in feeding everybody brunch. 12 o'clock noon comes around, they come around with the cheese plates and the sandwiches. It starts getting late around 8 o'clock. Diddy's yelling out to everybody in the freak off, "Hey guys, do you guys feel like Chinese or do you guys feel like pizza tonight?" They're claiming that these freak offs went for days. So people was waking up, people was, waking up from the freak offs, eating breakfast, participating. 12 o'clock hit, around lunchtime, people were ordering lunch. Yeah. Rick Slick says king crab leg. Yeah, they had crab legs in there. Steak. These freak offs lasted for days, from what they're saying.
Here are some of the items that we recovered during the searches. As you can see here, this is a drum magazine, large capacity.
Those are the firearms that they found. Now, all of these, from what I see, all of these firearms, they have a serial defaced on them. The serial numbers have been ripped off of them. So, Diddy's got to deal with these gun charges because I believe none of these guns are registered to him. So he's got to deal with these gun charges.
And it contains, I believe, 59 rounds. I mentioned as well that we recovered 3 AR-15s. This is a close-up shot of one of the AR-15s, and you can see right here the serial number has been thoroughly defaced. Another picture of more ammunition and parts of 2 AR-15s right there. Now, I want to be clear about...
Again, I need y'all to hit that like button. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button, y'all. If you have anything to add to the discussion, anything to add to the dialogue, please put it in the super chat. We read all super chats. We read all donations. I want people to be a part of the dialogue and the discussion. Let's continue.
2 things. First, this office is determined to investigate and prosecute anyone who engages in sex trafficking, no matter how powerful or wealthy or famous you may be. No one should doubt our commitment on that. A year ago, Sean Combs stood in Times Square and was handed a key to New York City.
Which was absolutely crazy that this man, a year ago, ladies and gentlemen, let me see if I can look that up, where Diddy received the key to the city, man. I mean, this was just a year ago, bro. Crazy how time flies by. Just a year ago, he received the key to the city. And now, today, he's sitting in MDC, key to the city. He's sitting in MDC, Brooklyn, getting ready to spend, his birthday in prison, Thanksgiving in prison. Oh, what did they do? They took it off? Diddy key to the city. Took it off on Instagram? Hold on. Give me 1 second. Let me see if I can find it. I remember that. They had, he got the key to the city. Key to the city, Diddy. Because this was just a year ago. This wasn't like, that long ago that he got this key.
Diddy finally has the key to the city. So what? Diddy got the city. Love.
Like, I mean, this was just a year ago, y'all. Just a year ago. That this took place. And fast forward to today, he's sitting in MDC. And they rejected his bond request. They're rejecting his bond request. They're not allowing him to leave. They're not allowing him to, because I'm going to be honest, he does pose a threat. There's no feasible way they can allow him to go with all of the evidence that they have that he intimidates witnesses. He intimidates people that are, trying to come forward on him. That he's threatened people, that he's, there's no way that they could allow him to just go freely. Yeah, man, but it's crazy. Oh, yeah, let me see if I can play one more of him. They got all these videos with, hold on, give me 1 second.
Hey, yo, New York!
Look at this.
New York, we fucking did it! Harlem, we did it. Mount Vernon, we did it. The Bronx, we fucking did it. Let's go. The key to the city. Yeah. I'm coming to the garden with this shit.
No, you are not. You're going to MDC, Brooklyn with this. Sadly, Diddy. Sadly. He actually had to give it back. I don't know if you guys know that, but he had to get it back. He had to give it back to Eric Adams. Eric Adams, they requested for him to give it back to the city. Yeah, there's like some really corny white people that be in here. Like, what are you talking about? Yeah, get out of here. Who are you? You come in here. Like, who are you, nigga? Get out of here. Be corny and white somewhere else, please. Rodney, please be corny and white somewhere else. we're not gonna accommodate you here, please.
Then I'm gonna be in Brooklyn this Sunday. I'm not playing with you, New York. I'm gonna give you this love. It's a love rampage. It's a love. What up? Yeah, New York, we outside. And tonight we acting bad. It's fucking Friday, the album's out, and it's up. Get that album now. We taking that shit to #1. Fuck that, New York. New York, let's go. Hey, yo,
you gotta think, that was just last year. Last year, he was putting out an album. This is all before the Cassie lawsuit. This was all before the federal raid. Last year, he was putting out an album. He was not touring. He was putting out an album though. He was, I think he got a Lifetime Achievement Award at the BET Awards. Key to the City. Parties, events. It's crazy. It's crazy. Let's continue back to with the DA here.
Today, he's been indicted and will face justice in the Southern District of New York. Second, we are not done. This investigation is ongoing, and I encourage anyone with
Joe said, "Did he give the key back?" Yes, he did. He did have to give the key back. Yes, he did. He did give the key back. He did give it back.
Information about this case to come forward and to do it quickly. Anyone with information can call.
I need y'all to hit that like button. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. I need y'all to hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button.
877-4HSI-HIP. I want to express my deep appreciation for the victims and witnesses who have used their voices and helped bring this criminal conduct to light. We would not be here without them. I also want to thank the dedicated case agents on the HSI Trafficking in Person Squad in New York. They have been with us since day one and have worked tirelessly on this investigation. They will continue to be invaluable partners to us. I also want to thank the incredible agents and analysts from SDNY who have also provided tremendous assistance on this case. I'm deeply grateful for their continued work. And finally, I want to thank the outstanding career prosecutors from SDNY who are handling this case. Meredith Foster, Emily Johnson, Chrissy Slavic.
And let me know in the chat, do you think that eventually he'll get out? Do you guys think that he'll eventually get out? I'm talking about, will he get bond? Do you guys think that he'll eventually get bond? Do you think that the judge that's going to pick up this case, that's going to be, ruling over this case, do you think that they will allow him to get bond? He's going to have an uphill battle trying to get bond because there's significant evidence there that suggests that he intimidates witnesses. He intimidates people that are, coming against him. He's going to have an uphill battle. I was watching Academics, salute to DJ Academics, Pioneer. But he was talking about Jeffrey Epstein and how his case was kind of weird. How, essentially he was being charged with all of these, charges against minors and stuff like that. And he had all these charges on him, but they still allowed him to get house arrest. They still allowed him to get house arrest. They still allowed him to get bail. Will we see that with Diddy? Does Diddy have enough power? Does Diddy have enough pull to, get things swung in his favor where he'll get house arrest? He'll get to go home and fight this case from from the world. Because it looks like the feds, the feds are trying to push him fighting this case behind the jail cell. They're pushing for that.
Madison Smicer and Mitzi Steiner, and their supervisors, Jamie Backleiter and Jacqueline Kelly. They are members of the Civil Rights Unit in our criminal division. We created the Civil Rights Unit when I became U.S. Attorney. I'm deeply proud of their work on this and so many other.
Don says Kamala Harris will pardon him. I don't think Kamala Harris wants to go anywhere near Diddy right now. I'm gonna be honest with you. That'll be a bad look for her. She ain't going nowhere near Diddy. Nowhere near him. I don't know if he ever donated to her. That would be something to look at. But yeah, I don't know. Could you guys see? Could you guys see Joe Biden or Kamala Harris giving Diddy a pardon? Could y'all see that? I'm just throwing that out. Listen, there's a lot of creeps, there's a lot of predators, there's a lot of pervs in the Democratic Party. Could you see Jim Crow Joe pulling a favor for the diddler? Could you see it? Could you see it?
Their cases. I'll now take some questions.
Eric Katursky, ABC.
Thanks, man. Damian, thanks. The indictment describes aggressive, open, violent, hedonistic abuse that you say was recurrent and widely known. Why did it take law enforcement so long to intervene? How many women were victimized by Sean?
That's a good question. That's actually a really good question. Why did the authority, if they had any intel that this had been occurring for years, any knowledge that this had been occurring for years, why did it take the feds to drag their feet? Why did it take for and let's say Cassie, I would say Cassie was the one who really kind of, even though there was always rumors and things of that nature, but Cassie kind of kicked down the door. She kind of kicked down the door with the lawsuit and the video. Why did it take the authorities to drag their feet? Why did they wait till now to do this? Because it looks like Diddy has been doing this for a long time, when it comes to the drugs, when it comes to, putting his hands on women and the freak off. It looks like he's been doing this for years. Why did it take the authorities so long to drag their damn feet? Was it that people wasn't coming forward? Was it that they didn't have significant evidence to pin them to a crime? What took them so long to drag their feet? Is it that Diddy was being protected by maybe the political left? Maybe he called in a favor to Hillary, called in a favor to Barack Obama. He was working closely with the Democrats, and then yeah. And I'm gonna say this, guys. Now listen, I am a conspiracy theorist to a degree. I'm gonna say this. I don't think nobody realized this, but let me say this real quick, right? Let me say this. There was a time that Diddy was working very closely with the Democrats, very closely. And this is not a political video, but I did see this. Diddy was working very closely with the Democrats. He helped on the Vote or Die campaign. That was pre-Obama. He worked closely with the Barack Obama campaign in getting Barack Obama elected. He worked closely with Hillary Clinton. This is a man who has been voting for the Democrats and helping the Democrats in, helping the Democrats in the political left for years. Fire! Right? Now, let me tell you what I seen. I wish I had the video. I really wish. But I know the video exists, right? There is a video. Hear me out, y'all. Because this goes into my rabbit hole of what I think may have occurred here and why we're seeing Diddy being prosecuted today. There's a video as recent as maybe 2 or 3 years ago, right? 2 or 3 years ago, where Diddy is criticizing the political left, where he's talking that, we can't be voting for Democrats and they're not doing anything, that they need to be doing more, where he was heavily criticizing the political left and the Democrats. Years later, you see where we are today with this indictment being rolled out on him. Now this is my question. I'm a conspiracy. This is just a hypothesis. Was the political left protecting him? Was the political left shielding him? I'll let you decide. I'll let you decide. But it did happen, In recent years, Diddy has been criticizing the Democrats, the political left. He's been criticizing them, And all of a sudden now he's being charged with all this, indictment, racketeering, trafficking. All of these charges are coming down on him. But there was a time where he was working closely. Now, I'm not saying that the Democrats had something to do with it, but I'm just asking a question. I'm just asking a question. What do you guys think? I'll let you guys decide. I'll let you guys decide.
Combs and how many others were involved?
Look, our investigation is ongoing. We are committed to bringing justice to everyone who's been victimized by the defendant. I can't tell you why it took so long. I think the better focus is on the fact that we are here today. And we are committed to making sure that justice is done. Next question.
Thank you. Julia Ainsley, NBC.
Thank you for doing this. You said we are not done and that Combs did not do this alone. Do you foresee that there could be other charges related to this case?
I'm not taking anything off the table.
See, and that's the thing that people are gonna people that are closely with him or tied to him in business or anything else, that's the thing that they're gonna have to worry about, because there could be more people being brought in. And you gotta think, maybe Diddy, because make no mistake, Diddy's kind of a slime ball. Diddy has no problem throwing somebody underneath the bus if he can get free with it. If Diddy could give them some, credible information, or maybe somebody bigger than him, maybe a bigger fish, maybe a music exec, maybe somebody else that's probably a little bit more dirtier than him. Don't think he's not going to take that. Take that, right? And also don't rule out, the feds using people that were close to him to pretty much, throw him underneath the bus, because, there were people that were enabling him. There were people that were, pretty much facilitating these freak-offs, facilitating the criminality, the kidnapping, the arson. There were people that were helping him. And if those people get implemented or brung into this indictment, they're not trying to do no jail time for Diddy. This is a businessman. This is not a gangster. This is not the 9 trade. This is not, a Paru.
Oh, Paru, you going to bed, nigga.
This is not some gang operation. This is a business. And these people were working with Diddy underneath the guise of business. They were receiving possibly checks. They were receiving possibly payment. Now, there's no loyalty in business. There's no loyalty in business. So don't think for a second that the people that were working with Diddy and, enabling him and helping him with a lot of this criminality, don't think that they won't, drop the dime on him so they can save their own tail now.
Fire! 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 Fire!
X says he won't take down Clive, who brought him in. I mean, listen, man, I think that if he could facilitate some credible information against Clive, I think the feds would hear him out. Trust me. If you're a high-ranking music exec, if you're a CEO, if you're a powerful person that Diddy has any type of information on, you should be sweating bullets. You should call your lawyers right now. You should have some money tucked away right now. And I would not rule out getting a flight to Bali and joining Russell Simmons. If you know, I'm talking to the celebrities, I'm talking to the politicians, I'm talking to the enablers around Diddy, I'm talking to the celebrities, I'm talking to all these people that were in these freak-offs at the Diddy parties, you know, rubbing shoulders with him, around him, close proximity. If you were at any of these freak-offs or even these Diddy parties, you should be sweating bullets right now, because there is no telling what Diddy is giving the feds right now. Make no mistake, Diddy is not trying to do no 40, 50, 60 years in jail. He ain't trying to do that type of time. Whatever he can give the feds to make this, you know, this stint, this thing that he's dealing with this indictment, anything he can do and give them to, you know, lessen the blow, to help his situation out, he's absolutely going to do it. He's absolutely going to do it. Make no mistake about it.
John Fisher, Newsday.
What's the difference between the sex trafficking and promoting travel for the purpose of prostitution?
Well, there are different crimes.
Yeah, I'm gonna, some of this questioning I'm gonna kind of get, because they started talking about, you know, I heard the word gang R, and I don't, every time R gets mentioned, it's been mentioned on my channel at least twice now in the last couple of weeks. The video gets limited, so I'm not gonna play, you know, more, because I remember watching this and I did hear the word gang R, and I don't want that to be played here, because I can't make no money off the video when that happens. They limit the damn video, and I don't want to play that. But that was pretty much the press conference, and here I have the indictment right here. This is the 14-page indictment. Maybe we should go through a little bit of this, the 14-page indictment that he's dealing with. It's not looking good for Diddy. Give me 1 second, y'all. Let me just pull it up on my phone, because I can't read it off my screen. I can't. Everybody knows I can't read nothing off no screen, man. Give me 1 second. But yeah, let's go through this indictment just a little bit. Just to see what they're mentioning. And I did skim through it. There's no mention of children. Thank God. So at least that's one thing Diddy doesn't have to deal with, because if it was, they were going to give him the R. Kelly treatment. Make no mistake about it. They were going to give him the R. Kelly treatment if there were anything mentioned about kids. Now, don't rule out somebody snitching on Diddy and them adding charges. Remember what the feds say. They said that they're not taking anything off of the table. So if somebody comes in there snitching on Diddy and they're saying, well, Diddy did this, that, and the third, and here's the evidence, and they decide to add new charges, that's something that Diddy's going to have to worry about. You know? And this was looked at by the grand jury. It says, count 1, racketeering conspiracy for decades. Sean Combs, a.k.a. Puff Daddy, a.k.a. P. Diddy, a.k.a. The Diddler. The defendant abused, threatened, and coerced women and other around him to fulfill his sexual desires, protect his reputation, and conceal his conduct. To do so, Combs relied on listen to this. He relied on employees' resources, influence of multifaceted business empire that he led and controlled, creating a criminal enterprise whose members and associates engaged in and attempted to engage in, among other crimes, sex trafficking, forced labor, kidnapping, arson, robbery, and obstruction of justice. This is a paperwork party right now. This is a paperwork party. This is a paperwork party right now. Um, give me 1 second, y'all. Sean Combs, aka Puff Daddy, aka P Diddy, the diddler. Love, the defendant, operated his business, headquartered at various times in Manhattan. So maybe that's why they're quarterbacking this indictment out of New York. A lot of people wondered where this indictment was coming out of. It's coming out of New York. It's not coming out of Los Angeles. It's not coming out of Miami because Diddy has his roots in New York. Bad Boy started in New York. Bad Boy was predominantly known as a New York label, a New York hip hop label. He came on the scene with Craig Mack and Biggie Small. So, he made his bones in New York. So, a lot of the bodies are going to be, buried there. But it says, various times in Manhattan and Los Angeles under a variety of United States-based corporation entities, including Bad Boy. Let me look at some of this other stuff. I kind of want to skip to some of the sexual things that they were talking about. Physical abuse by Sean Combs, aka P Diddy. The defendant was recurrent and widely known on numerous occasions from at least in or about 2009. Continued for years. Combs assaulted women by, among other things, striking, punching, dragging, throwing objects at, and kicking them. These assaults were at times witnessed by others and included one instance at a Los Angeles hotel. Now, this is Cassie. It happened in Los Angeles. That was the Cassie. About March 2016, which was captured on video and later publicly reported, where Combs kicked, dragged, threw a vase at a woman as she was attempting to leave. When a member of the hotel security staff intervened, Combs attempted to bribe the staff member to ensure he was silenced. There you go. Now, if you ever wondered if who's a part of it, it looks like they're naming Cassie. It looks like they're naming Cassie because everything that I just spoke about from the vase being thrown to the it sounds like it could be Cassie. I don't know who else that could be. So clearly, I think Cassie's cooperating with the feds, with the federal authorities, as she should, because what happened to her, that was very unjust. That was wrong. No man should be doing that to a woman. That was very wrong of Diddy to do that. I'm trying to look for the more sexually deviant things that Diddy was taking place in this paperwork. Y'all give me 1 second. I'm seeing stuff about the violence. Hold on. Let me see. Certain employees to carry out. Okay, listen to this. Sean Combs used the Combs business, including certain employees, to carry out, facilitate, and cover up his abuses and commercial sex. These employees included security staff, household staff, personal assistants, and high-ranking supervisors, and other close associates acted as Combs' intermediates, and their conduct was facilitated and assisted by Combs, controlled of the Combs business. Now, what I'm hearing here is that you have people that was working in close proximity that, make no mistake, the feds are going to look to these people. The feds are going to reach out to these people, and the feds are going to say, they're going to knock on these people's door. They're going to say, hey, yeah, you were working for Diddy, right? Yeah, you need to come with us, right? And they're going to sit down with these people, and they're probably going to say, listen, we got you on camera doing X, Y, and Z. You're doing X, Y, and Z on camera, right? We have a victim that is cooperating and says that you did X, Y, and Z. You got two choices. You could be brung into this indictment and you could bite the bullet for Diddy, because Diddy's going to go down. I'm saying what they're going to tell to these people that worked for Diddy, and helped him out, and that were facilitating these things for him. They're going to say, you got two options. You could cooperate with us, right? Possibly serve little to no jail time, maybe even none. But if you decide to work with us, we could help you. We can keep you out of prison. You don't have to worry about Diddy. He's going away, but you have to cooperate with us. And they're going to come to some of these people and they're going to give them a proposition.
Oh my God!
They're going to give them a proposition, So that's something that, they're going to have to deal with. It also talks about, the defendant and other known and unknown members and associates of the criminal organization Combs Enterprise. Members and associates of Combs Enterprise engaged and attempted to engage, among other activities, sex trafficking, forced labor, interstate transport, and proposal of prostitution, coercion, and enticement to engage in prostitution, narcotics offenses, kidnapping, arson, robbery, and obstruction of justice. Now you got to think, if you're working for Diddy, right? And let's say you're a security guard. Let's say you're an assistant, right? Let's say you did, 4 years in college and you wanted to get in the music industry, and one of your homegirls that was at the freak off got you a job with Diddy, right? And now Diddy is bringing you into this criminal underworld where he's requesting you to get naked, lube up. Make sure you got the pink cocaine in your purse whenever the freak offs occur. Now, if somebody comes in there and they're being trafficked, or if there's a girl there underneath, that's being there and being forced to be there underneath, not under her own will, and she's a victim, she could now point you out in that video and say she's one of the enablers, she's one of the people that were a part of the criminal enterprise. Do you think a girl that that was working in college, her friend got her this assistant job to work for Diddy, do you think she's trying to do jail time for Diddy? Absolutely not.
Fire! Fire! Fire!
Remember, this is not a gang. This is not 9 Trey. This is not, the mob rules. This is not no biker, or this is business. This is a business, right? These people, nobody has Combs Enterprise tatted on their face like a Crip Mac or something like that. That's on Paru.
Oh, Paru, you going to bed, nigga.
This is a business. So when it comes to these assistants and these security guards, and when the feds come to these people, they're going to tell these people, listen, man, you're on camera. You're on camera giving out the drugs. You're on camera handing out the lube. You're on camera enabling Diddy. You participated, and you were in I'm looking at the indictment right now. It says that they engaged. It didn't say, all they did was supervise. All they did was stand by and watch. All they did was, come in, hand out the lube, and then they closed the door behind them and they didn't engage. It says that the people are part of his his entourage and his enablers, and people are part of the Sean Combs Enterprise engaged in these activities.
Fire! 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 Fire!
So if you engaged in these activities, you're just skimming through the paperwork here. It just doesn't look good, and I can't see anybody that anybody that worked with Diddy, you know, whether they be a security guard, whether they be, you know, maybe the people that, you know, has been his day ones, people that are high ranking in his corporations, they may hold it down because, you know, maybe they have a loyalty to Diddy. Maybe maybe their lives have been changed by Diddy, and maybe they feel an obligation to hold him down. But, you know, none of these people that are security guards, none of these people that are assistants, I don't see them holding it down for Diddy whatsoever.
Oh, Pyro, you going to bed, nigga.
I don't see a reason for them to hold him down. I just don't see it, you know? I really don't see it. And like I said, you know, the judge ruled that that Diddy's going to be in jail, you know? They ruled that Diddy will be in jail. They denied his bond. Yeah, he's going to be sitting in there. I don't know how long he's going to be sitting there. Now, they may propose that they may make another proposal for him to get bond, but it doesn't look good because he has all of these instances where he's like reaching out to. Let me see if I can find that actually. Give me 1 second, y'all. Because I did see that, you know, Diddy called Dirty Money member 54 times. 54 times. Let me just see if I can find this. Yeah, here we go. News reports revealed that Diddy reached out to several witnesses, right? Including those who received grand jury subpoenas. According to Neighborhood Talk, the assistant U.S. attorney states that Diddy allegedly contacted Kalina Harper. Kalina Harper is a part of Dirty Money, right? She's one of the Dirty Money members, right? Don Richards, that's her groupmate that was also on Dirty Money. She has a lawsuit on Diddy. So Diddy was contacted. Kalina Harper, who was still working, you know, maybe not working for Diddy, but has close relations to Diddy, speaks highly of Diddy, still closely tied to Diddy. He called Kalina Harper 52 times, what I think, to intimidate Don Richards.
Fire!
Possibly. Kalina Harper, a former Dirty Money member, 54 times in a single day. So yeah, I believe that, you know, he's reaching out to intimidate, you know, allegedly. He's reaching out to intimidate. You know, this was all after the lawsuit, you know, came to head with Don Richards. I believe he's reaching out to, you know, possibly to intimidate some people, right? But yeah, man, man, like with Diddy, it doesn't look good for Diddy, man. It doesn't look good for Diddy. It just doesn't look good, man. I don't know how he gets out of this. I don't know. You know, his best bet at this point, I'm going to be honest, you know, hopefully your lawyer can facilitate a bond package to possibly get you to come home so you could fight this case. Because if he fights this case in prison, it's going to drain him. It's going to drain him, you know, physically. It's going to drain him financially if he has to fight this case in a trial. Like, I've seen this. We've all seen this. We've seen, and I can't compare it to him and R. Kelly because R. Kelly didn't have anywhere near the money Diddy has. But we've seen Bill Cosby go through it. You know? So, yeah, man, it's going to be draining for him, you know? And, you know, and make no mistake, that's what the feds want. They want him to fight this case while in prison. They don't want him outside. Because he does pose a threat, you know, for reaching out to, you know, potential witnesses and things of that nature. He does pose a threat. He does have his own plane. So he is a potential flight risk. Now, a lot of people have speculated that, you know, the reason why he was in New York for all that time, the reason he was there for all that time is because he was trying to build up the trust of the feds to show that, listen, I'm here in New York. I'm not running nowhere. I'm going to let you guys know where I'm staying. I'm not running anywhere. No, trying to build up the trust, you know, let it be known that, hey, man, I'm going to turn myself in on this day. And they kind of, you know, threw him for a loop when they popped up on him. And, you know, and did anybody see that? Let me see if I could find that, where they talked about how he had drugs in his hotel room. Let me see if I can find that. I think it was on the Shade Room. And shout out to the Shade Room. Shout out to the Shade Room. You know, I got my tea tonight. You know, I got my tea tonight. Let me see if I can find that, where it talks about how Diddy had cocaine in the hotel room. And like, I mean, if there was ever a bad time, Diddy, for you to be having cocaine in your hotel room, I gotta say this would be the worst time. With the feds looking at you. Now, what I'm thinking, right, here goes. It says give me 1 second. It says the assistant United States attorney says Diddy had what appeared to be narcotics found in his hotel room before being taken into federal custody.
Fire! 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 Fire!
Yeah, they're alleging that. Let me get it back on the screen. My fault, y'all. Yeah, they're alleging that, you know, he had, you know, some sugar booger in there, you know, that little, you know. And this is what I think. I think that he knew that he was going to jail. He knew he was going to jail. He knew that it was imminent. He knew that it was a matter of time. But he thought he had one more day. I'm guessing his thought and his rational thinking was, I'm gonna maybe possibly go on a bender. You know, do a couple drugs, get wasted and, turn myself in. But the feds probably, caught wind of this and was like, no, Negro, we're going to go pick you up right now. We're not going to wait for, a breakfast. We're not going to wait for, after we watch a rerun of Friends. We're going to pick you up right now because you got the pink cocaine in your hotel and you're not going to go on a bender and turn yourself in. We're not going to let that happen. That's what they decided. But, I just want to know you guys thinking, why do you think he decided to do you rationalize that as well? That maybe he knew that it was, pretty much up. It was, he knew he had to turn himself in Tuesday. That is correct. He did know he had to turn himself in. But do you agree with that thinking that he was this, he was thinking, I'm going to go on a bender. I'm going to go on my last drug-fueled, moment, just do a little bit of sugar booger and then turn myself in. Do you agree with that rational thinking? Yeah, like why did he decide to do that? Why did he decide to, do some narcotics before he go in? What was his thinking with that? What do you guys think? And I'm here to listen to what you guys think of that. What do you guys think? He just wanted to go on a bender until he turned himself in. What do you guys think that was all about? And you know what kind of puzzles me? What kind of puzzles me is, we don't necessarily hear nothing about Diddy being like this, drug addicted rapper. Like we don't hear nothing about that. Like you got to think about the era that we're in today where, all of these rappers, they're talking about all the pills that they pop, all the weed that they smoke and stuff, all the lean that they like to drink. You never really heard Diddy talk about now you've heard a couple stories about him being on ecstasy and doing a lot of drugs, right? But when you see him, he doesn't have the characteristics of a junkie. You don't see him twitching. You don't see him like, nodding off and just having all the characteristics of a drug addict. So it's very surprising to me. Maybe he's just one of these functioning addicts. Someone that could do drugs, maybe do a high quantity of drugs, but can keep their composure, keep their, everything intact, keep their, business intact, keep everything in line. Maybe he's just one of those. Yeah, like a functioning addict, somebody that could go to work, do a 9 to 5, go back home, do a little tootski, shoot a little skag between the toes, take a nap, wake back up, go to work, eat breakfast, and do it all over again. Sinclair says, is TD Jakes going to visit him in jail? That's a good question, Sinclair. That's a good question. Do y'all, you know what? I'm going to be honest with you. All the donations he probably gave to TD Jakes, all the donations and tithes he probably gave him, I'm going to be honest. He should visit him. I think TD Jakes, you should visit Diddy. You should. You absolutely should. I'm sure that Diddy gave a very nice donation to TD Jakes. I'm sure he's probably given them donations over the years. You should give him. He should go visit him. He should. I think that would be Christian of him to go and visit him. I think that would be right for him to do that. Absolutely nuts though. But yeah, man, that's about it on Diddy. Anything else in terms of Diddy you guys want to talk about right now? He's doing time in MDC. Let me pull that up. He's in MDC right now. Let me see. I know it's on the Shade Room. Yeah, he's in MDC, Brooklyn right now. Just to kind of, let's just wrap this up. Let me see. He is in MDC. I don't know if it's on the Shade Room though. No, it's not on here. Is it on here? I don't think it's on here. Let me see. Diddy MDC. Diddy Brooklyn MDC. I did see it. That's where he's at right now though, I found out yesterday that R. Kelly was there for a little while. He was in Brooklyn MDC for a while, but he's no longer there. Yeah, he's no longer in Brooklyn MDC. Yeah, but R. Kelly, he was there for a little while. Yeah, it's not. I don't know. Where did I see it at? What was it? Hip Hop Wired? Let me go on Hip Hop Wired. Maybe it's on Hip Hop Wired. Where I saw that at Hip Hop Wired. Let me see. Is it on here? I don't think it's on here. Yeah, I don't know why I can't find it. Hold on. Let me go to Google. Diddy Brooklyn MDC. Oh, maybe it was on Academics page. Let me go to Academics page. Maybe it was on Act page. Again, guys, if it's your first time here, make sure you like the like button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. We're just talking about, Diddy. What he's dealing with, what he's faced with. Give me 1 second. Nah, it's not on here neither. Let me go to Google. Just to make sure he's there, because I did hear he was in Brooklyn, MDC. Brooklyn, MDC. Yeah. Yeah, Diddy jailed in Brooklyn, MDC. Ex-home to R. Kelly, Michael Cohen, and Fetty Wap. Yeah, so he is in Brooklyn, MDC. He is in Brooklyn, MDC. And listen, man, we're gonna hear more about this. We're gonna hear more about this. This is the top story. This is the top priority. Oh, good night to Sinclair. Good night, Sinclair. You have a good night, Sinclair. Salute to Sinclair for holding me down tonight. Yeah, man. But that's about it tonight, y'all. Just want to talk about all the charges Diddy's dealing with, the uphill battle that he's going to be faced with. I don't know if the prosecution is going to allow him to get a bond. I really don't think they're going to allow him to get a bond. I don't think they're going to allow him to fight this case. I don't think they're going to allow him to do that. They're going to make it hard for him. They're going to try to make him fight this case, behind the wall. And that's about it, guys, man. That's about it, man. But I'm gonna keep you guys updated on this case. I'm gonna any new developments that's real dire to get to, we're gonna get to it. If this is your first time here, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Yeah, but with that being said, guys, yeah, man, listen, Diddy's gonna have an uphill battle. He's gonna have an uphill battle. His lawyers are gonna be working hard. There's a lot of evidence, man. There's a lot of evidence. They're talking about audio, visual. They have witnesses. They have a lot of credible information on Diddy. He has an uphill battle. But with that being said, guys, I'm going to wish you guys good night. You guys have a good night. You guys, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you like this video. And God willing, I will see you guys tomorrow. Possibly do another stream tomorrow. Possibly talk more about Diddy. Maybe, I think I have to get into Kamala Harris. She sat down, or is about to sit down. I don't know if she did it already, but she's going to sit down with the National Association of Black Journalists after she reneged. She reneged on sitting down with them with Donald Trump. And I guarantee you the tone of that interview will be respectful. They will be respectful. They were, they would have some coof. They will talk to her with, pleasantly, completely antithetical to what they did with Trump. Because you have a bunch of Democratic bootlickers that, let's just be fair and balanced. When Donald Trump sat down with the National Association of Black Journalists, it was very, argumentative. It was very vitriol. It was just a negative interview. But watch when they sit down with Kamala. I'll probably talk about it tomorrow. It's going to be all respectful. They're probably going to be talking about, cooking recipes, butterflies, cupcakes, and lollipops. They probably won't even have time to get to politics. But with that being said, guys, God willing, I'll probably do a stream tomorrow and talk about that. But you guys have a good night. You guys be good. Hope you guys have been entertained and enlightened. This is Check In Report. I am True and Living. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. We are out. Toodles, y'all. Y'all have a good night.